Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something completely different. This is a night drive. I had someone in my last video, they had like a they kind of requested a POV night drive so they could see the lighting of the car because they're in the market for, I believe it was an IS or RC, I forget what. But he's from SoCal and he put a request in my last video and I'm like, yeah, sure, let me try and tinker with the GoPro settings to see if I can figure out how to do a night shoot because, yeah, you know, I wasn't too sure like how the GoPro would handle low light settings. But yeah, I watched some YouTube videos and you know, I went on Reddit and I kind of just configured some popular settings that people recommended and I kind of tweaked it. And I think the lighting is coming out okay. I just did a test walk around and everything looks good. But I guess the thing to note is I'm under a street light, right? So when we're actually on the road, I don't know how it's going to be. So I hope it's okay. But yeah, this is the first time I'm doing this. Once I edit the video, you know, I can always, you know, see, you know, what I need to tweak even more. And then in future night drives will be even better. But we'll be doing a little night drive just in some local streets and on the highway again to show off the lighting and, you know, just talk about any updates on the car. But before we start that drive, we will do a quick little walk around at night. You guys can see the, again, you guys can see the lighting and how atomic silver looks at night. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and I guess I can also show the illuminated door sill right here. Looks pretty cool. Now, forgive me guys, I'm in my PJs. It's cold and it's Thanksgiving Day. I'm recording this on Thanksgiving Day, so the road should hopefully be empty. And I'm surprised the movie theater's open. People are actually watching movies. Anyways, this is atomic silver. This is the RC350 at night. Looks really good. It still has that gold silver look to it in certain lightings. And this is the headlight at night. I think, well, let me actually turn on a turn signal. Actually, you guys can see the turn signal as well. I'll do that. Did I not turn it on? Whoops. There, I'll turn on the hazards. So that's the LED turn signal on the mirror, LED turn signal on the headlights. The sad thing is the tail lights are incandescent, which is weird. Anyways, this is what the car looks like at night. I'll also show you guys the back. Yeah, atomic silver looks really good, especially at night because it has that gold little hue to it. And then here are the tail lights. As you can see, again, the turn signals are incandescent, which is a bit of a bummer. But you can make them LED, you can switch them. You just have to pop out the tail light assembly and put in an LED bulb. Yeah, the rear of the car looks like a 3 Series. The 3 Series has a similar tail light design. Yeah, looks beautiful. It's actually funny, I have an update on the chrome delete. I got some quotes, which I'll kind of talk about in the drive, but I mean, as you can see, the chrome delete has not been done. It's still chrome here, and it's still gunmetal on the grille surround. But that is the what the car looks like at night with the lighting. So I'm sorry, I completely forgot your name, whoever requested this, but this is what the car looks like at night, and hopefully it helps, you know, helps you to make a decision on what car to buy. Anyways, let's get started on this drive. But yeah, I am in my PJs. It's super cold. Like, okay, the car says 51 degrees. It's not 51 degrees. It's in like the low 40s right now. We have like a little cold snap right now. It's pretty bad. And prior to this, we had atmospheric river. We had like 10 inches of rain in the North Bay. Where I lived, it was around 2 or 3 inches. So it was a lot of rain. And that's why I haven't driven the car. But yeah, we had some, well, we have a dry spell right now. So this is a good time to take out the car. As I said before, I don't really like to drive my car in the rain, especially this car, because again, I'm like fortunate enough to work from home, so I don't have to commute every day. And again, this is kind of like a weekend car. But yeah, try and enjoy whatever good weather days that I have. And let me actually adjust my GoPro. I think I've said this before. In the RC, the seating position is kind of high, and I have to try and angle the GoPro at in a certain way to avoid seeing the visor. I mean, you can still see it obviously, but I try and, you know, lessen the amount of visors, the visor that you can see. So I have to kind of angle the GoPro weirdly, but the downside to that is when I do the walkarounds, the angling is too low, like it's too steep, and sometimes you can't see the car. So I have to do some adjustments. Anyways, I may cut a bit of this portion because I just want to get on some like dark roads, open roads, so you guys can see how the headlights are. Because you know, this car has automatic high beams, things like that, so you guys can kind of gauge how this is. So more than likely, I will see you guys in a few minutes once I get onto the actual test course, if you want to call it that. Alright guys, we're kind of in our little route that I want to take you guys on. So at least during the walk around I was kind of talking about the chrome deletes. So I think in the SoCal Road video I talked about how I was getting quotes from a few shops, and sorry, I'm gonna interrupt myself. As you can see, the high beams are on. This is kind of what the high beams are in this car. I mean, you can see a good chunk of the road. It's pretty good. The one thing that I do want to note is that when I had the lowering spring installed, I forgot to readjust the headlights. So for like, I think a span of 2-3 months, my headlights were aimed a little bit low, so like I could only see maybe a few feet in front of me. And I only realized that like once I actually did a night drive, and I'm like, wait, my headlights need to get adjusted, and then it clicked. I'm like, oh yeah, I lowered the car. But yeah, I got this readjusted, and this is, you know, the proper setting or the proper adjustment of where the headlight should be, and it's really good. You can see the road clearly. I mean, you don't even need the high beams. You see a lot of the road, and again, it's back on again. But anyways, in terms of the chrome delete, I called I think 7 or 8 shops. 2 or 3 of them flat out said they don't do chrome deletes, they only do vinyl wraps, like full body vinyl wraps or things like that, which is fine, whatever. And then another 2-3 shops, they didn't pick up, so I left a message. I only got a call back from 1 or 2 of them. But the general price ranges in terms of the quotes that I got, they're ranging from $750 all the way up to $1,300 for a chrome delete. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money for a chrome delete, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, is this the Bay Area tax? Like, what is it? But that's a lot of money just for wrapping 3 parts of the car. And again, those 3 parts are the grille surround, the little strip of chrome on the mirror caps, and then the window trim. Now, I mean, I get it, you know, I'm sure vinyl wrap is labor intensive, so that's why they're charging, but that's a lot of damn money. I mean, I was expecting ballpark maybe around 500 bucks, but no, 750 was the lowest that I could get. So I don't know, I need to kind of soak it in terms of like, let me stomach that price, because my budget that I thought, you know, I would be spending was again 500 bucks, but 750 is the market rate, at least for the shops near my house or near my area. So that is the update on that. I've looked at alternatives, and those alternatives are being like DIY, so like do a vinyl wrap on my own. And there's a company called Bogar Tech Designs. They have like pre-cut vinyl chrome deletes for certain cars, and they have one for the RC350. So they essentially have a template, or not a template, I mean, it's pre-cut vinyl that's already shaped for the grille, the window trim, the mirror, etc. I think they sell it for like 60-70 bucks. And it seems simple enough. You just stick it on, like it's like matching a puzzle. I may go that route, but again, you know, the kind of the OCD in me may want a professional to do it, just so like I don't screw it up. So that is the update on that. 750 is a lot of money in my mind, but I may do it. Who knows? We'll see. That is the update on that. Yeah, that was just a bit surprising, in all honesty. Oh, and then also really quick, this car has turn signal lights, so you can see if you, I'll look here. If you look all the way to the left, it's lit up. I don't know if you can hear. I'll turn the signal on again. Oh, okay, it's not doing it. So basically when I turn the wheel, there's a light that's aimed at the left of the car, and it turns on. So when you essentially turn left, you have the left side of the car is lit up. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what the right term is. I guess turning lights or something like that. But yeah, that's a little neat trick. And then, I don't know, I'm sure you guys can hear it, the rattle is still here. Again, I tried pushing on the panels, couldn't fix it. Another person in the comments, he said he had a similar rattle, I think in the trunk of his car at his IS, and he took it to the dealer and they had to do a replacement for a, I think the speaker assembly or a subwoofer, that's what he was saying. So I'm gonna have the dealer look at it at my next oil change. Let's hit this entrance ramp. I hope the metering lights are not on. We'll find out. I'm not gonna punch it until I see it. We are good. That is ASC On, guys. Just FYI. That is ASC On. On the next entrance ramp that we take, when we kind of close our loop, I'll turn off ASC. Or no, I'm sorry, ASC was off. So that was ASC off. I will turn on ASC and then you guys can hear the difference. Again, in my last video, I had mentioned if you're ripping the car full throttle, turn off ASC because the engine will sound natural. It won't sound synthetic. But when ASC is on and you're full throttle, it sounds really synthesized. Like it sounds, I don't know, electronic, I guess is the best way to put it. But we'll do that little test in a bit. But yeah, this is really the update on the car. Again, not much has been done. I got my quotes. I was depressed when I got those quotes because again, I was not expecting $750 for a chrome delete, but I guess that's the market rate. I guess one thing I can do is I can maybe turn on cruise control. I'll kind of show you guys how cruise control works. This does not have steering assist. It has lane keep, but not lane centering. So if a curve comes up, I'm gonna have to turn the wheel because I think this is Lexus Safety Sense 2.0 or 2.5. It's the older gen. I mean, you have the dial right here, the little old school Toyota cruise control stock. So it's not the latest and greatest tech, but it works. I mean, I rarely use this. I like to just drive the car on my own. And there's usually a lot of traffic, so I don't use it that often. But the other update that I want to talk about is the Integra. So I think in the Mount Hamilton video that I did on the Integra about a month ago, I was kind of talking about how we're trying to get rid of it. And again, that car is a lease. And I think right now the market rate for the Integra, at least for our car, when we went to dealers to consider a trade-in, I think we're in the negatives essentially. Like the trade-in value is less than the payoff amount essentially. So what that means is if I were to trade it in, we'd have to pay like, I think it's like $1,000 or $2,000 out of pocket to trade it in. Because again, the trade-in value is lower than the payoff amount. So essentially what that means is it doesn't make sense to get rid of the car right now. Right, it's a lease. We're rather off just paying it off. I think the lease is over in July or August. Once it's done, we return the car and then we lease a brand new car. I don't know if it's just because, I mean, obviously the market is cooling down, and I don't know if the Integra just doesn't hold its value that well, but that's kind of the case as of now. I mean, we went to a few dealers and that's kind of the rate that they gave us. So in terms of the Integra replacement, that is kind of put on hold unless the market changes or, you know, we can get, I guess, an equal amount to the equal trade-in amount to the payoff amount of our lease. So that is up in the air. I think again the contenders are Audi A3, 2 Series, Lexus UX. Giulia was in contention, but on that Integra video, someone had left a comment about how the Giulia that they had was a bunch of trouble. So I don't know if we're gonna get it. And you know, again, the more we think about it, the only dealership, Alfa Romeo dealership near my house, is 30 minutes away, which is a bit far. And given Stellantis's financial history, it's a bit risky to buy a Stellantis car right now, specifically Alfa Romeo if you're in the Bay. So I think that's off the list. But yeah, I mean, in terms of interior lighting in this car, there's no ambient lighting. The funny thing is, the pre-refresh RC, the 2015 to 2018 models, they had a LED light somewhere on the door panel right here. Hopefully you can see where I'm pointing. Somewhere there. On the Club Lexus forum, some people have retrofitted that ambient lighting from the pre-refresh RC and put it on their post-refresh RC, which is like this model, the 2019 Plus. They retrofitted it into this this car's door panel. Am I gonna do it? No, it seems kind of complicated. I'm not gonna do it, but I've seen some people do it, so it looks cool. Yeah, I mean, that's an option if you want to kind of spice up the interior. Or you can go aftermarket, get like those Amazon little lights, you know, the light LED tubes, and kind of stick them on wherever you have a panel gap. But yeah, I mean, what I will say, this is it's an old school interior, and it has its pros and cons, but you know, it's not full of LED lights where it's just all in your face. Like, it's actually funny when you drive past a Mercedes at night, and if the owner doesn't have like tinted windows, you can see like their purple ambient lighting or whatever color they pick. It's kind of funny actually, but it's just in your face. I feel like that's too much. It may be distracting, but I don't know, maybe you get used to it. But it's just funny whenever you drive past a Mercedes at night, or even BMW for that matter, you look to the left and you like kind of see inside their car, and they just have like different color ambient lightings. It's pretty cool, I guess, from my perspective, but just if I were to drive it, I may find it I don't know, a bit annoying or distracting. But yeah. Before I forget, let me turn on ASC. So the next entrance ramp that we hit, ASC will be on, just FYI. It's a nice green. It's like a purple green, like pearlescent effect. I don't know, it's nice. All right, so again, ASC is on. We'll hit this entrance ramp, and hopefully you guys can tell the difference. Let me avoid these potholes. Wasn't able to floor the car. I can maybe try here in a bit. I'll use manual mode, just so you guys can hear the higher RPMs. So that is ASC. Again, pretty synthetic. When you're ripping it, I recommend to turn it off, and that's what I usually do. So I'm gonna, well, I guess I can keep it on. I'm not gonna floor it anymore. But yeah, again, super synthetic. I mean, if you like it, obviously keep it on. I don't like it. I like to hear the natural sound of the engine, so I usually turn it off if I'm on a spirited drive or if I'm taking an entrance ramp. But again, just for demonstration purposes, that's what it sounds like. But anyways, guys, I mean, that will wrap up the video. I mean, again, this isn't a typical video where I hit a back road and we have like an end goal. Again, this was a night drive. I'm like, okay, let me showcase the lighting in like an empty road, which we kind of did in the first section. And then again, this is the lighting of the car on a highway. Hopefully this kind of gives you a sense of how the lighting is, and obviously the interior lighting as well. But we will get back to our regularly scheduled programs of, you know, side roads, back roads, and having a little bit of fun. We will definitely do that. I'll record another video this weekend and I'll post that. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.